Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing my September wrap-up, which feels really weird to be doing a September wrap-up. Feels like it should be like June still, but let's get into today's video. Okay, so I honestly read a lot more books than I thought I was gonna read, but two of them I think were ebooks, and one of them was an ARC, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. So the one that I just recently finished was Ranger's Apprentice, the Royal Ranger Duel at Araluen. This is book 3. In this series, I gave it 3.5 stars. I honestly did not think that I was, like, in my October TBR, I honestly thought that I wasn't gonna get to this one, but I did. And I liked it, and I liked the ending. Ending made me very happy. So yeah, there's not really much I can say about this book because it's the third in a series, but then, you know, like, there's also a series that came before this and a series that came before that that I still need to read because it came out later. It's a whole thing. But yeah, there's not much I can say, but it was good, and I obviously will be continuing the series because, you know, my October TBR. So yeah. Then I read The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. And true to his name, this book was wild. It honestly feels like a fever dream, to be quite honest with you. It was crazy. I gave it 4 stars. It was good. It's basically about this guy. Now, I went to this book blind, like extremely blind, which I probably shouldn't have done, because I was less interested in it, like, towards the beginning, and then I looked up what it was about on, like, Instagram and stuff, and I was more interested in it because it sounded way cooler than what I was getting within, like, the first chapter. But basically it's about this guy, Dorian Gray, who his friend paints, like, a bunch of portraits of them, and he goes in to do another one, and he's talking to another one of his friends that was there, and saying how he wishes he could stay young forever. And I don't know, some sort of magic happens, and now everything bad that he does, instead of it showing, like, physically and people being, like, off put by him because he's such a terrible person, it just, like, ruins the picture, which was it's a very interesting, like, way to write a story, I guess. It's a very interesting, like, I don't know what the word is, but you know what I'm talking about. So that was very interesting to read about, and the ending quite literally just absolutely was, again, fever dream. Like I said, feels like a fever dream, because that was crazy, and that was, like, you don't ever expect that. It just, like, bam, out of nowhere. So, I mean, you kind of, you expect half of what happens at the end, but you don't expect the second half, and then you're like, what? So, yeah. Then I read, this was not on my TBR, but I read it regardless, because I really wanted to. Love Theoretically by Hazelwood. This was my first Hazelwood book, and I really liked it. I gave it 4.5 stars. And it was very good. I love Jack and Elsie together, and I liked that Elsie did a lot of, like, personal growth. Like, it happened because she met Jack, but it was also, like, if you've read the book, you know what I'm talking about, but, like, she needed somebody to, like, show her what her life could be if she just didn't care about what other people think about her, which I really liked. Then I read this book that absolutely just destroyed me, you know, so that's how you know it's a good book. But I read Defy Me by Tahereh and Mafi. It's the 5th book in the Shatter Me series, and it was very good, and I gave it 5 stars. This is the only 5-star read of the month, by the way, so yeah. But I gave it 5 stars. It was very good. I loved it. And there's not really much I can say because, again, it's in the middle of a series, but just know that this book was very good and very sad all at the same time. So, yeah. Then I read Reveal Me by Tahereh Mafi. Again, it was like a mixture of happy and sad. But it really, you know, like the beginning was happy, and then we slowly just to get to more sadness and more sadness and more sadness. Which leads me to believe that Imagine Me is just going to be 500 pages of sadness. With a happy ending. So that's always great. And I will be vlogging that. So maybe you'll see me cry. Because that's going to be just a whole thing. Now we're going to talk about the first book that I've ever DNF'd before. I don't have the physical copy anymore because I threw it away. And that is The Secret History by Donna Tartt. I was really excited for this book because it's dark academia. The beginning was giving If We Were Villains, so I was like, I'm finally gonna have another 5-star read after Defy Me. Because I haven't had a 5-star read since that book, and that's the book that I started off the month with. So I'm like, I'm finally gonna have a 5-star at the end of the month, so it was making me feel better about that. But then we are now like we get to the 2/3 part of the book, and we're sacrificing people. So yeah, DNF'd it, and then I threw it in the trash. Because we don't do that. That's just a no. It's a no for me. And I wanted to read The Goldfinch if I liked The Secret History. But now I don't think I'm going to read that because A, it's a huge book, and B, I haven't had the greatest experience with Donna Tartt's writing, so we're probably not gonna do that. So yeah, I don't recommend that book at all. It's like really highly rated, especially around fall time, and I'm probably the only person on planet Earth that's read that book and said, nope. Nope. I don't do that. That's a no-no. So yeah. The next book that I read, this was in the ebook and it was an ARC, which I am very grateful for that. It's still really weird to be getting sent ARCs. I'm not even getting, well, I am getting physical copies, but like some of them I'm not getting physical copies for, but like just the fact that an author's like, yeah, you can read my book before it comes out for everybody else. It's kind of weird. But I read, okay, it's The Ancient Ladder by Scott Maclennan. It comes out November 7th. So keep a lookout for that. I gave it 4.5 stars, actually. It was very good. It's basically about, like, there's 3 different steps on, like, a metaphorical ladder of the, like, your journey through faith. And so it was about, like, the different steps and how you can move up to the next step and how you can help people on, like, lower steps of the ladder or even, like, the same step that you're on. So I found it very interesting, and I liked, the way that, like, I liked the visual of the ladder. It really helped me, like, understand what, the author was talking about, like, a lot better. And I'm a very, like, visual learner, so I think that helped reading, like, a nonfiction book. So I highly recommend it, and you should definitely check it out when it comes out, November 7th. So yeah. Alright, that is it for my September wrap-up. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell if you want to be notified every time I upload, which is on Mondays. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!